She's so hopping mad, she lifts her feet off the floor and leans over the counter, screaming at a JetBlue employee.
You need to settle down and mind your business.
Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be.
Welcome back. This is episode 8, The Anger Issue, and here's the lineup.
People ask me all the time why I think people on the left are angry.
That is one thing they do not like about the left.
And you push back on them.
You need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend.
I watched that commencement speech from that Chiefs player. What's his fucking name?
Let's get into it.
Do you think genitals define gender?
No.
Why?
Gender is a societal construct.
If genitals don't define gender, why does removing them affirm it?
So a person will feel more affirmed if they change their genitals. It'll help affirm them societally.
So would you say then genitals do define gender?
No, I don't think so.
Still say no.
No.
So what do you have to say to the person that says you are what you're born with and you just need to accept it?
Fuck you.
Wow, classy lady. Have you ever noticed that liberals are filled with hate and that they love shouting out lots of profanity? I mean, a lot.
And then you need to kick that fucking door down.
Nice. Way to disgrace our highest office, Kamala. But back to the anger issue. Liberals are really, really angry people. I believe they're enraged because they are truly miserable people to the core. See, they want to bring everyone else down with them. Misery loves company. We found this reformed liberal who now sees the truth. She really nails it. Check it out.
People ask me all the time why I think people on the left are angry. You know, coming from the left. I guess I'm a fairly good source to ask. There's a lot of factors at play. Cognitive dissonance, one, which if you don't know, that's the discomfort one feels from having contradicting thoughts or beliefs. Also, every issue on the left is made into an emotionally charged issue. It's all a form of some type of injustice. And if you actually believe that there's all these different injustices occurring in the world, you're going to be angry about it. But also look at the content that people are pushing out. I mean, most of the time when I see like super woke creators, they're yelling, they're screaming, they're angry, they're emotionally charged. Now imagine being locked in an algorithm on every platform, giving you all of that content. Imagine your friends, everyone in your life, being angry all the time about things that are going on in the world. You're going to be angry. And then add on top of that, all the people dealing with a lot of emotional turmoil and they might not know where to put that, so they're pushing it into politics. Just my 2 cents.
Welcome to Thanks Liberals. We're a channel committed to exposing the many woke liberal narratives of the left. Join us, hit the subscribe button, and give us a like. This is our anger issue. Ooh, that didn't sound right. I mean, this is the episode about anger, about angry liberals. You get it. Now on to more liberals.
You have the perspective, I think, that people from your country, from lots of countries have here, that this country's better off than a lot of the people who are native to it will not allow. For some reason, they have to shit on it. I mean, when I talk to immigrants, that is one thing they do not like about the left, that they're always down on this country. We're irredeemable and we're racist and everything is looked through shit-stained glasses. And they're like, you know, ask them why they came here and they will tell you. Ron DeSantis put me on a plane. That's why. But, you know, when I see how many of the young people want to give socialism and sometimes Marxism a try. I think Andrew Sullivan wrote a great column on it. He said, Karl Marx, the most assigned economist at the top schools, the third most taught book. And Marx was a huge asshole.
To me, someone who comes from the Soviet Union is mind-boggling. And you were talking earlier about why this woke ideology is so dangerous to the West. It is because people in other parts of the world are not teaching their young children to hate their own country. And if you continue to do this, how is the West going to do in the battle of civilizations? Because that's what we're in, right? The Chinese want to thrive, the Russians want to thrive, and they're teaching their children to be strong, to be confident, to go out there to learn science instead of, you know, equity and diversity. And a bridge doesn't work very well if it's built on diversity instead of math. So
I'm with you.
Interesting video clip. Have you noticed that Bill has been increasingly addressing issues that challenge the left's ideology? Bill started as a liberal, but he's now leaning more towards the truth. Good for you, Bill. Anyway, they're right. Here in this country, woke ideas are poisoning the minds of the youth. Academia is completely woke and filled with hate, populated by miserable people who love to trash our country and our beliefs. Once again, the left is angry and miserable. Thanks, liberals.
As a member of Congress with people, who evidently had a racist attitude. And recently one even confronted me in a restaurant. And they don't say racist things, but what they say is they don't like something I said. They don't like a position that I took. But you know that, if you were not Black, you would not be approached that way.
They probably would not. They would think twice about doing it. They think that they can get away.
Flashback.
Let's make sure we show up wherever we have to show up. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
What a hypocrite. California Democratic Representative Maxine Waters is as angry and hypocritical as they come. She is the queen of hate, and as you just saw, also the queen of hypocrisy. Why is she so angry? She lives a pampered life funded by us, the taxpayers. Her hypocrisy is astonishing when she claims that someone challenging her in a restaurant is also a racist act. According to her, questioning her policies makes someone a racist. Yet, as you saw in the video clip, she has repeatedly encouraged people to do exactly that to conservatives. Good Lord. Thanks, liberals.
The Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it. So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a fucking necessity thing. You feel like you're better than because people are out here stealing and you would never. First of all, if you are a Mayo monster, that is how your ancestors got everything, from stealing.
And that's a behavior that's very common among white women. You may have not intended that, but there are many white women who act exactly like you.
Opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. Ask for explicit permission from everyone, because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person. Don't give them that card to use against other people. Please don't do that.
Wow. Once again, liberals are packed full of hate. Why is it acceptable for people to post this garbage? How is it socially acceptable to share racist videos without consequences? I fully support the First Amendment, 100%, but that's not the issue here. My point is, why doesn't society shun these individuals? Their views are hateful and sick. This is yet more proof that the left is a miserable and hate-filled group. They should look internally and fix their own issues instead of attacking others. Damn. Thanks, liberals.
It is graduation season all over America, and Super Bowl winning Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker delivered a commencement address at Benedictine College in Kansas that has sparked quite a petition because they want to get him booted from the team. Take a look.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you.
So the NFL released a statement that he gave this speech in his personal capacity, and they do not, the NFL does not share his views. So, listen, I like when people say what they need to say. He's at a Catholic college. Yeah. He's a staunch Catholic. These are his beliefs, and he's welcome to them. I don't have to believe him. Right. I don't have to accept them. The ladies that were sitting in that audience do not have to accept him. The same way we want respect when Colin Kaepernick takes a knee.
The kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, who has got to be the most sexist, white supremacist, I have ever seen in my life. Unbelievable that at a time, this last football cycle, where all of these women are attracted to the NFL because of Taylor Swift. Right. And here's this incredibly successful woman, Taylor Swift, that has this amazing work ethic. And then I forget that this type of person exists everywhere.
Who just really went in and told these women who have spent tens of thousands of dollars and countless hours getting their degrees that those degrees ain't shit, and that they need to just wife up and push babies out.
I watched that commencement speech from that Chiefs player. What's his fucking name? Harrison Butkaki. Call your mommy. Give it to God. Talk to God about it. Boo! Does your soul wither every time someone says Hail Mary? Oh, woman. Ugh.
Boy, he just kicked the hornet's nest. It's amazing how discussing conservative values on a Catholic college campus has now stirred all the woke liberals into a frenzy. They want him fired from the Kansas City Chiefs and even the NFL. For a group of people who love to preach individuality and free speech, my body, my choice, respect my pronouns, yes, I can change my gender, etc., etc., it's all acceptable when it agrees with their woke ideology. But heaven forbid you counter their beliefs. They're mad, they're angry, and they want to cancel you. The pitchforks are out, and they're hunting. And before we close this part, let's address Whoopi mentioning Colin Kaepernick. She argues that we should have honored his First Amendment rights just as we do with Harrison's. But they're very different, and she knows that. What you say or do in your personal life is very different than when you're on the job. Don't bring Kaepernick into the conversation. It's different. And the only reason you're bringing it up is because you're a race-hustling, woke liberal. The bottom line is, liberals are unhappy people. They're crazy. And simply, they're just angry people to their core. God help us. Thanks, liberals.
How dare you? Need this nugget of encouragement. Things will be alright, so quit your worry. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, no, you'll stand tall. Sit and watch from the sidelines, one too many times. Wicked games we play make me wanna lose my mind. Found solitude, knowing it'll be over soon. Ever need a boost, count on me for the 1-2.